Well, let's move on to TNT because I want to get your thoughts on this. So they released a commercial, and I'm sure it was a TNT produced commercial, not an AEW produced commercial, but they released a commercial in which, for the first time, they took shots at NXT by
Yeah.
way of quotes from the media. One of them was, I remember Forbes saying something like AEW crushes
The
NXT.
peak of wrestling
Uh,
journalism, Forbes.
what? Yeah, I know, but they always go for the
I
typical,
know why they did it. Yeah.
yeah, Bleacher Report, whatever. Uh, some people on social media I saw were saying, "Oh, this is so cheap, and how can they do that?" No, the ratings are getting to them. I have always suggested number two should always take subtle jabs at number one. That's always been my belief. I have no issue with it. Cody with the throne, I had no issue with it. I don't like what the Young Bucks do on being the elite because it's cheesy. They do it too often. It's redundant. So I don't care about that. But subtle stuff like the Cody and the throne, I thought was cool. And I had no issue with something like a commercial. I mean, why not? You're number two. You're trying to catch number one, and NXT is WWE. So I had no issue with it. What are your thoughts on that?
So, did they really use a Bleacher Report quote?
I saw Forbes for sure.
Because if they did, that would
Uh,
have been like WWE running a Raw commercial and it's saying AEW is a bag of shit from WWE.com. Because that is a Warner owned media thing. So I don't know if they did or not, but
I'm not sure.
that'd be hilarious. That's what they should do. They should just get Bleacher Report to say whatever they want. I don't have a problem with it at all. I didn't have a problem with the
No.
Billionaire Ted skits in '96. I didn't have a
Yep.
problem with any of that stuff. The only thing is now you got social media, so you have people magnifying it. I had people mad online at me because I said, hey, AEW won in the younger demographics last week despite losing sizably in viewership. So that's still a positive takeaway for them,
Mm-hmm.
considering that the younger demographic is what attracts advertisers. And people were
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, make up any excuse, huh? And I was like, you know what, guys? All due respect to AEW, if NXT did 10 million and AEW did 100,000, I'm really happy because 10,000 or 10 million people are watching wrestling, and that's good for us. Like I don't give a shit who wins, but to completely write off demographics as if they don't matter is weird because of the limited information we're able to get. We are able to see from that sample size how much of that is age age based.
Yeah.
Like we're not able to see a fair representation of how many people are really watching AEW or NXT, but we
Yep.
are able to see a fair representation of the age breakdown. And I mentioned here in the States that Wednesday night before Thanksgiving is the biggest social party night of the year. And if
Mm-hmm.
AEW is doing well in that demographic is less likely to stay home. Now, the week before that, you had WWE superstars all over the show. You got
Mm-hmm.
Survivor Series build and Fallout. I think the next 2 weeks will be really a great indicator of where that falls. But if you're AEW and you've lost a couple weeks in a row, sure, go ahead and do this. Why not?